to the Big Blue for You podcast. This is an instant insight after Kentucky's 35-3 win over the Akron Zips. I am your host, Luke Imberton. We're just going to kind of touch on that as quickly as possible, but if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Unless you disagree with what I'm saying, then smash that dislike button. Tell me I'm an idiot in the comments. Don't be mindless sheep, people. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. All right, so let's talk about the good from Kentucky's win over Akron 35-3. Obviously, when you beat a team by 32 points, that's a good thing, so that's number one. Number two, Devin Leary. Devin Leary was outstanding in this game. 16 of 26, 315 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. The interception was also not his fault. The receiver ran the wrong route. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but Ray Davis, 7 carries, 72 yards and a touchdown, and he also had 3 catches, 97 yards and a touchdown, and those two had the play of the game. I could have swore Devin Leary was sacked. He had like 27 guys on him. He pulled a Jared Lorenz and flipped the ball out there with, I don't know how he got the pass off, and I don't know how Ray Davis, the vision that Ray Davis has, I think is what separates him as a running back from other running backs. He sees things that other running backs don't. He is definitely a pro-style running back. He's definitely a guy that can play on Sundays. But the vision that he had to catch the ball on one side of the field, work all the way around to the other side, and then go in for 6 was just outstanding. I think it was number 7 on the SportsCenter Top 10 today. So pretty exciting stuff. Tavion Robinson, once again, had a big game. 5 catches. 86 yards and a touchdown. It's a great day at the office. He's had 2 back-to-back games for Tavion Robinson, has really been the top receiver. Tight ends got involved. You love to see that. I think the offensive line overall played pretty decently. I don't think Kentucky particularly played amazing offensively. I mean, realistically, if you take away the fumble and you take away the holding penalty by Jagger Burton, you probably win this game 49-3, and we're not having this conversation. The problem is those things did happen, and it's okay to. First of all, it's not okay to make mistakes like that, but you can get away with making a mistake like that against Akron. You can't make a mistake against like Tennessee or Alabama or Florida that's coming up. You make mistakes like Kentucky has been the first few weeks with bad penalties, fumbles, running the wrong routes, like just stuff that should not happen, penalties and just mind-numbingly stupid mistakes. You do that against Florida in 2 weeks, and you're going home with an L. Like, that's stuff that cannot happen. Defensively, I thought Maxwell Hairston was outstanding in this game. He was terrific on the defensive side of the ball. Trayvon Wallace had 2 sacks, and then Darian Henry Young had a sack. I think I said I wanted to see 4 sacks as a team. Well, they had 5. They had 1 in garbage time. But all right, we are going to hit on some bad here. But really, I kind of want to talk about what I feel on the future of the season, what the future of the season's looking like. The bad. I hate to single guys out because I don't really like to do this, especially in football where it's such a team sport. But Jagger Burton had himself a pretty bad day at the office. It was pretty rough. I think he had a couple really bad snaps. And just had, that holding penalty was just brutal. He just had a really rough day. I don't want to be too hard on the guy. I want him to play better. That's all I want. I just want him to play better. I think sometimes the thing you can say about a center is the best thing is you don't know that they're on the field. Well, we knew he was on the field today, and that's usually not a good sign. Dane Key struggled again. He struggled with drops. That's not good. That's gotta change. That's gotta change. I don't know. What do you want me to say? The guy's dropping the ball. What do you want me to say? Like, I don't really know what I'm gonna say about a guy. Hey, what do you want me? You want me to yell at him to catch the ball? Like, it's not productive to do that. Like, I'm not gonna scream at him to catch the ball. Like, he knows he needs to catch the ball. He knows he's not playing well. Let's not be too hard on the guy. I think that Dane Key showed a lot as a freshman. I think he's just having a little bit of a sophomore slump, and look, he just has to play better. It's that simple. Anything else that I would say is particularly bad? I mentioned turnovers already. That was particularly bad, but realistically, when you beat a team 35-3, there's really not a whole lot you can say that's that bad. I mean, just a couple things on the offense. I'm really not going to be super nitpicky on this. I'm just not. Because, frankly, I want to talk about how I feel for the rest of the season. Because I don't know how to feel for the rest of the season. So, the rest of the season, how do I feel? The SEC is still very down, like I have said. South Carolina played Georgia close. I still don't think South Carolina is any good. Tennessee lost to Florida. I still don't think Florida's good. I thought Tennessee was good, so apparently I don't think Tennessee's good anymore. They lost to a bad Florida team. Florida's not good. Mizzou. Ironically, I think Mizzou is the biggest competition for the second-place team in the East. Like, I think it's between Mizzou and Kentucky at this point, right? Like, you know, Vandy just lost to UNLV. They lost to UNLV. They are horrible. Oh my gosh, they're one of the worst teams in the entire country. If Kentucky doesn't win this game by 3 scores, I'll be angry. Looking ahead to the Vandy game. You know, from the West, you draw Mississippi State, who lost by about 70 to LSU. Alabama's playing 3 quarterbacks because they don't have one they can trust. So that's who would have thought the day was that Kentucky has probably the best quarterback in the conference, Devin Leary, and Alabama can't figure out who's going to play quarterback. It's a weird season, man. This season feels like 2007. If you don't remember that season, that was a season where everything was just crazy. We had a 2-loss LSU team that won the national championship that year, and it was just complete chaos. I think all hell's about to break loose in college football very soon because nobody's any good. Like, even the best team, Georgia, showed that they have some cracks in the armor. So, nobody's unbeatable this year. And frankly, I really think that if there's ever a time for Kentucky to have a 10-win season in the regular season, for them to win 10 games and go to a New Year's Six Bowl in the last year of this 4-team playoff thing, they need to do it now because they might not get a chance ever again. They need to win these games. I think that this season, when you look at the schedule, okay, if you lose to Vandy, you can basically just chalk up having a special season. You got to beat Vandy. Now, Florida is maybe a little bit better than we thought. I still don't think they're good. I still think that's a game Kentucky should thoroughly win. Mizzou is better than we thought at the beginning of the year. Mizzou is a decent football team. You got to win 3 out of these next 4. If you go into the bye week 6-1, you have a chance to do something special, but you're going to have to win games on the road, which means you would have to win either at Mississippi State, at South Carolina, at Louisville. I think there's 6 games in here, and if you win 5 of them, you've given yourself an 8-win season. Vandy, Florida, Mizzou, Mississippi State, South Carolina, Louisville. Those are the 6 games. You win 5 of them, you've given yourself... all right there, that's an 8-win season. You don't have to knock off Georgia or Alabama or Tennessee. But at this point, outside of the Georgia game, all these games are extremely winnable. Like, Kentucky should win these games. If Kentucky's good, which they're supposed to be, if they are good, they'll win these games. If they're not good, they'll lose. But really, that's what this season's going to come down to, man. College football's weird. It's just weird the way college football works, the way it is, frankly. This might be a year where we see, like, multiple 2-loss teams in the college football playoff because I don't think anybody's any good. Like, this is just... The SEC in particular, nobody's any good. Georgia's good, but again, they showed that they're human. They haven't shown for 2 seasons. Alabama is very bad. Like, Alabama is not a good football team. Tennessee just got thoroughly dominated by a bad Florida team. Nobody is any good, man. There's no reason for that Kentucky should not roll through these teams. They should. They should just roll through them. They're better. They are. Like, they're just better. If they don't win these games, I will be extremely disappointed. If they don't win at least 8, I think it's an extremely disappointing season. But I think it's going to wrap it up for me on this edition of Instant Insight on the Big Blue for You podcast. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Helps us out a lot around here. Unless you disagree with me, then smash that dislike button. Tell me I'm an idiot in the comments. Don't be mindless sheep, people. Have a great day.